to Toowoomba. Grateful for the time of Toowoomba local Peter Mullet. Good morning to you, Peter.
Morning.
We've seen the most incredible photos out of your town of flash flooding, and your town being at a reasonably high elevation and not actually having a river of its own. Where were you when you first became aware that these terrible flash floods were occurring?
Oh, we're in Thomas Street, which is about 100 metres from Chalk Drive, where a lot of the main flooding occurred, yeah.
Did you get any warning that it was going to happen, Peter?
Oh, not really, only just a lot of rain. I mean, just had a bit of a look around. The first thing that there was my daughter and myself, and I mean, Thomas Street at the end has got a bit of it's quite, it's not flat, and all of a sudden there's a wheelie bin that floats down the street, and then we watched it go down around the corner, and you go around the corner and there's cars sort of just floating down the street as well, and then it just sort of got worse from there.
That's some of the shocking shots that we're seeing, is of cars moving at quite considerable pace, almost sort of it's as if they're surfing down the street. Are those the main streets of Toowoomba?
Well, Chalk Drive is a main street, yeah, very much so. It links basically the top of the Warrego Highway with roads that go further west. It is one of the connection roads.
Pete,
not the main road, but it's definitely a major road.
Peter, how close is the water to your house?
Oh, my house is fine. We live in a higher part of the town, so as far as my house goes, I don't have any problems whatsoever.
Are they telling you locally whether you've seen the peak? Because we had a look at the Bureau radar, which indicated that not only is it raining in Toowoomba at the moment, but it was going to get heavier.
Well, it is, but see what happens with that water. That water's all subsided already. You know, it's not as though it's going. It's gone. You know.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is if we have another deluge of water, the same thing may happen. But I would suspect that you'd have to have a reoccurrence of that amount of water before that happened again.
Have you been downtown to where the real flooding was and the real damage is concerned to either have a look at it, or have you been asked to help out or anything?
Not as yet, but I've been there because of my shop, which is like I say, it's about 100 metres from Chalk Drive, which yeah, that's where a lot of the stuff's happening. I mean, I had to drive home last night, and I drove through a part where there's probably 50 pallets strewn all over a section of roadway, and there was furniture from a furniture shop which would have been probably a kilometre away via a watercourse, was all strewn around the same area.
And Peter, what's your understanding as to how many people have been killed?
According to the local paper here, there's essentially 4 confirmed dead, and still people missing.
And there are areas around Toowoomba that are at a lower altitude. Presumably, they are going to be in even more difficulty.
Well, yes, but I mean, probably a lot of this water would probably move through to the river system rather than actually affect a lot of those areas. I'm not too sure about that, of course, but hopefully that water's dispersed.
Do you get any idea, Peter, as to how long it will be before life returns to normal, whether we're talking days, weeks, months?
I'll be a few weeks, months for some of them, I think. There's a fair bit of damage. I mean, you've got shop fronts that just, water's just gone straight through shop fronts and things like that. But I mean, and the roads are just chewed up something, Yeah, it's going to be a while, I think.
Peter, good luck to you. Stay safe. We thank you for your time.
Do you think there is anything that can be done in terms of flood mitigation in your area, or is this just something that is a natural disaster that no matter what you do with flood mitigation, you're not going to stop something like this?
Look, 4 years ago, council spent something like $11 million to do up, I suppose, most probably a half a kilometre through the CBD, which was always a problem with flooding. And then there's something like $11 or $12 million spent in beautifying the area and containing the water and building, concrete barriers to stop the water from inundating businesses. And that has worked. We've spent a lot of money putting in retention basins, and they've also helped. And if I could make a comment, without all that infrastructure, if that wasn't there over, that has come by the last 10 years or so, I think the city would have been a lot worse off. I don't think we could have done anything to what happened here yesterday. It was a freak storm. I've never seen water come down so much, so quick, and cause the devastation it has. It's just something that I don't think anyone could build around or cope with. It's not something that we hope will ever happen again, but it has happened. And as a council and a community, we need to look at how to better, improve our city and our community.
And Councillor, you're obviously a community leader, so how tough is it for you to actually go round, how tough is it for you to actually go round and be strong in a time like this, when I can tell, obviously, you're emotional?
Yeah, well, and I'm sorry for that.
No, you don't need to apologise, please.
There's most probably, as a councillor, not a lot we as people can do other than be there and try to help the people, encourage them not to give up, and to keep going. And if you've got to pick up a broom or a mop or a bucket, do it and help the people.
Okay, then, Councillor Joe Ramia, I'll let you go. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And good luck to you.
Thank you. And thanks to the people of Victoria.